This tourist vanished into thin air and has never been seen again. In 2014, Lars Mittank ran out of an airport terminal, climbed a barbed wire fence, and sprinted straight into a massive field of sunflowers. He didn't look back, and he was never heard from again. But he isn't the only one to disappear under impossible circumstances. From 3 women who vanished from their own home overnight without a single sign of a struggle, to a military flight that returned to land perfectly intact, but with both of its pilots completely missing from the cockpit. What happens when the ground opens up and swallows people whole? Welcome back to the Dark Archives. Today, we are uncovering 3 of the creepiest cases of people disappearing. AUS Case 1, The Sunflower Field, Lars Mittank. It was July 2014. Lars Mittank, a 28-year-old German man, traveled with his friends to the seaside resort of Golden Sands in Bulgaria. It was supposed to be a standard relaxing vacation. Routine, normal. But during the trip, Lars got into a minor altercation with some local men over football teams, resulting in a ruptured eardrum. A local doctor advised him not to fly right away due to the cabin pressure and prescribed him an antibiotic called cefuroxime. Lars told his friends to fly home without him while he stayed behind for a couple of days until his ear healed. He checked into a cheap hotel near the airport called Hotel Color. This is where the normalcy ends and the nightmare begins. Almost immediately after checking in, Lars's behavior completely warped. At midnight, a wave of intense paranoia consumed him. He called his mother in Germany, whispering into the phone. He told her he was being followed, that he didn't feel safe, and frantically ordered her to cancel his credit cards. Later that night, he texted her a terrifying question. What is cefuroxime? Security cameras at the hotel captured Lars pacing up and down the dark hallways, hiding in the elevator, and even leaving the hotel altogether at 1 a.m. before returning. He was terrified of something or someone, but to this day, no one knows who. On the morning of July 8th, Lars took a taxi to the Varna airport. He needed a final medical clearance from the airport doctor before boarding his flight home. CCTV shows him walking into the airport terminal. He looks completely normal. He is carrying a large backpack and a duffel bag. He enters the doctor's office. According to the doctor, Lars was anxious but compliant. That was until a construction worker walked into the room to do some maintenance. The moment the worker stepped inside, Lars snapped. Lars started shaking. He stood up and yelled, "I don't want to die here, I have to get out of here." He abandoned his backpack, his wallet, his passport, and his phone. He sprinted out of the office, down the main terminal, and out into the open air. The cameras outside caught his final moments on Earth. Lars ran across the terminal parking lot, approached a high 10-foot fence topped with razor-sharp barbed wire, and climbed over it with frantic speed. On the other side of that fence lay a massive, dense field of sunflowers. Lars ran into the tall stalks and vanished into the green sea. Extensive searches with drones, tracking dogs, and police turned up absolutely nothing. 12 years later, the sunflower field remained silent.